Jack Campbell to the AHL to get his game back? It ain't just a crazy fan theory anymore. And that's the beauty of tonight's discussion. We now have the experts weighing in. Jason Greger, Frank Saravelli saying it makes absolute sense and there's zero risk for the Oilers to send Jack Campbell to Bakersfield and get things going on some sort of makeshift conditioning stint for the Edmonton Oilers struggling starting goaltender. So friends, this is Dolynny TV. Good evening and welcome aboard to tonight's discussion as we get set to discuss again the most topical goaltender I think in Western Canada this season. Despite the Flames and Canucks tough struggles, it has been Jack Campbell that has gotten most of the headlines, even on a day where Jacob Markstrom throws himself under the bus for a couple bad goals in a game against Montreal. So, what are we doing? Well, first off, before we get to the Jack Campbell discussion, I want you to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. Why? There's a big why. Because the goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year and cap off what will be a great start to 2023 with a new number, new heights never seen before. So if you'd be so kind to consider that. You don't do it right now. Consider it while you're watching this video. Take it as a free trial. And if you're returning the video, leave a thumbs up, leave a like, and let's get this going, all right? My friends, Jack Campbell of the AHL, Jason Greger makes mention of it in the DFO rundown, says simply, what do the Oilers do? You send Jack Campbell to the AHL. Why? Because Olivier Rodrigue has been standing on his head in the minors. Calvin Pickard's currently injured in the AHL Bakersfield organization. So Olivier Rodrigue is next man up in the Oilers organization. Ryan Fante's the guy behind him. So you would have excellent goaltending depth if you're Bakersfield by having, of course, Campbell go down there. You bring up Rodrigue to be a backup to Stuart Skinner. And at long last, here we go, my friends. Exactly what I was talking about right off the bat to start the season is starting to come true for our Edmonton Oilers. Simply put, in having now Stuart Skinner pretty much, because of Jack Campbell's performance, cementing his starting role with the Edmonton Oilers. You like to see that. That's something that I was harping on pretty early on in the season, and now all of a sudden the goaltending controversy seems like there's a pretty simple solution if you're asking me, right? And I think the experts now weighing in. It's not me texting people in Bakersfield. It's not me texting people on a Saturday afternoon before I come out to watch hockey. It's not me talking about that. It's simply put, we're discussing now a $5 million goaltender going down to the Bakersfield Condors to free up space to bring up Olivier Rodrigue and try and get better starts from our two tendies than we are from Skinner and Campbell currently. Now this said, all right, I've spent the first 3 minutes of this video telling you the pros of sending Campbell to the AHL. There's really no cons. We don't need to go there because who's claiming him, right? Cal Peterson was available and nobody claimed him. No one's claiming Jack Campbell at $5 million. So it's a bulletproof plan for the Edmonton Oilers to get a struggling goaltender back his confidence. But this is where it really works out nicely for the Oilers, is you send Campbell down, you let him disappear, you let him have all eyes on him at a weaker level for a little while, get him back up after Christmas, and suddenly, you know what? We still all know that for Jack Campbell to be an Edmonton Oiler long-term, he's going to have to be a much better goalie. We know he was signed to that contract because he's a much better goalie than an .872. We're not talking an .872 save percentage for Jack Campbell. Hey, .900 at worst, right? And for Jack Campbell, all he has to do is regain a plus .900 save percentage form, and the Oilers suddenly start winning games in droves between him and Skinner. So does Jack Campbell still have the ability to be an amazing goaltender? He absolutely does. It's just a matter now. The Oilers have to do the painful part. And Jason Greger, Frank Saravelli did a lot of discussion early in their discussion on Campbell today, simply saying, is there bad optics if the Oilers send him down? What's the optics? What are the optics? There are no optics. You've got a guy who is not good enough, can't be at the NHL level right now. Send him down, get him out of town, let him have a break. Go enjoy the beaches in California. You know what? Go to Bakersfield, enjoy some weather, get it going, and there you go. Suddenly you're talking about a guy refreshed, rejuvenated, and this is the benefit of the Oilers having their farm team in Bakersfield, is you're talking about sending a player to California in December to get his game back. Is that not just a, hey, I know this sucks, but kind of deal for the Edmonton Oilers and Jack Campbell. So it's not anything official. Obviously, I didn't mention that right off the top, but it's not like this is happening. It's not like this is a actual thing, but it's something that's gone from fan theory, me discussing it with a couple of buddies, to now all of a sudden moving up to Edmonton Oilers commentators, Edmonton Oilers media folk are talking about Jack Campbell going to the AHL to find his game, to try and recover this season and just make it a long haul in Edmonton. Because the problem is now, friends, we're not talking about, oh, Jack Campbell's going to be trade worthy, Jack Campbell's got to figure something out. No, we're now talking, if you watched the comments on Dolynny TV last night, about a buyout. And that's a scary scenario for the Oilers, as we're just getting over this bad buyout hump over the past couple of years. Like Lucic is coming off the books, and I don't think you buy out Campbell in the next year, but you're talking about 2, 3, 4 years in. You never know what's going to happen, and that's the scary part here for the Oilers, is suddenly things are looking a little rougher than I think the plan was for them to look. A little rougher might be an understatement, by the way, but so for Jack Campbell, again, the pros are there. Send him down to the Bakersfield Condors, sunny California. Get him feeling good about himself. Get him enjoying some time. Give those AHL guys a star NHL goaltender at times to work with and really figure out. And then you can really see what the differences are with a Bakersfield team versus an Oilers team in front of Jack Campbell. Pick apart where Jack Campbell needs to go, because at the end of the day, if that doesn't work, there's only one answer left. And it's not Jack Campbell's fault, because it's not like Stuart Skinner's been impeccable this year. And I'm sorry, unless you got something really going for you towards Dustin Schwartz, is simply put, that man's gotta be moving on from the Oilers organization. I mean, I hate to call for someone to lose their job, but at what point is it just repeated blows to the head for the Oilers to have Dustin Schwartz as your goaltending coach when it's Koskinen that was under the fire for years as a bad goaltender, Smith under fire as a bad goaltender, guys before that, Cam Talbot, Laurent Brossoit, guys that just never could seem to figure it out no matter how many chances, no matter how much work Dustin Schwartz put in. But that, my friends, unfortunately tonight is a conversation for a different evening. We'll try this first, hopefully, if we're the Oilers and Ken Holland, and then we'll discuss Dustin Schwartz and we'll see what happens after that. Because the fun part here is a man that seemed to be shipped off the island at the end of this season in Olivier Rodrigue has come in, seen Calvin Pickard get injured, cemented the #1 job in Bakersfield, and potentially secured a backup role in Edmonton coming up here quick. Folks, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening. My great pleasure to have you along. Like I said, I hope you use this as a free trial. Trust me, subscribing is also free. So if you'd be so kind to help me potentially hit that goal of 10,000 before the end of the year, that would be great. I am up on out of here.